I have worked closely with private equity groups for years, and I've seen up close how they improve and turn around the companies that they take over. Let me tell you how they operate. But first, why would you be interested by private equity's best practices? Why them? Companies purchased by private equity firms increase their sales at a rate of 61% greater than the average for all US companies, as per the US Census Bureau. That's why. All right? So I've seen them at work. They know what they do. Most of them know what they do. They know how to improve the value of a business. Most of them are also assholes who will profit first and whatever it takes. I have worked closely with private equity firms for years. I know how they improve and turn around the companies that they take over. Let me tell you how they operate. But first, ta mère. I have worked closely with private equity firms for years. I know how they improve and turn around the companies that they take over. So let me tell you how they operate so that can inspire you and you can do the same thing with your business. But first, why would you listen to private equity's best practices? Here's why. I have worked closely with private equity firms for years. I know how they operate to improve and turn around the companies that they take over. Let me tell you how they operate so you can do the same on your business. But first, why would you be interested by private equity's best practices? Why them? Companies purchased by private equity groups increase their sales at a rate of 61% greater than the average for all US companies. US Census Bureau. So that's why. All right? I have seen them at work. They know what they do. Most of them know what they do. They know how to improve the value of a company and increase the revenue and the profit. Most of them are also assholes with a profit first and whatever it takes kind of mentality and no consideration for humankind. But that's another problem. So let me briefly tell you the very first thing they do when they take over a company. And what I'm going to share with you works 100% of the time with no side effects. Because sometimes what private equity firms implement on the businesses they buy is very short-term, short-sighted, and end up being deadly harmful for these businesses after a few years down the road. But they don't care because they anticipate and they sell them before. It's generally about drastic cost cutting that they call synergies or efficiencies or other kind of fancy word to give it a sense of sophistication and to hide the disastrous long-term effects. Okay, so I'm absolutely not talking about this kind of practice. I'm talking about private equity's bright side. They don't only do harmful things. Sometimes they also know how to increase the value of a company long-term and its revenue, profit, and cash. Let me show you how. It's something I have applied on all my businesses this last 10, 12 years. And it cannot not work. Okay? So let's talk about profit. Profit is, grossly stated, it's your revenue less your expenses. Okay? Then your profit per product is the revenue generated by your product less the cost required to make it and to deliver it. Okay? Now, you know that most of your business profit comes from very few of your products or services. In every company, there are products that are more profitable than others. And more often than not, approximately 20% of products make 80% of profit, grossly stated. Maybe it's 5% of your product that make 60% of your profit. Maybe it's 25, 90, whatever. The fact is, and I know from personal experience, that business owners don't know where their profitability is coming from after allocating all costs. Very important. Business owners don't really bother looking at the financials under a microscope as long as their company is doing well. What you should be doing is to devote your marketing efforts to directing clients' attention towards your most profitable products after allocating all costs. Why would you want your clients to buy products that are less profitable to your business? So identify your most profitable products and services and direct clients' attention towards them. All right? Then, when you want to increase the value of a company to improve its revenue, the same thing applies to your clients. In most industries, small clients pay a greater price, but sometimes they have a high cost to serve. Whereas big customers buy large volumes and may be easier to deal with, but they screw you down on price. Therefore, again, business owners never know who their most profitable clients are after allocating all costs, which really pisses me off. At times, I feel like I care most about their companies than they do. But at least it's easy for me to diagnose their problems and to build a roadmap to improve the profitability of their businesses. So the first thing to do is to sort the clients out to find the 10 to 25% most profitable clients and market to them the most. That's the first thing. Identify your most profitable clients. And second, find a couple of upsells. Make surveys to know what they want and create new products and services for them. You must cherish your best clients. Anticipate their desires. Remember that finding a new client costs on average 7 times more than reaching out to an existing one. That's an average. Not to mention if it's a good client or one of your best clients. So don't stop there. Drill down further. Let's say in the 25% of your clients who bring the vast majority of your business profit, identify the top 10%. Who are your superstar clients? And market new special products to them. Take care of them. Send them special gifts. Cherish them. There you find your real fans. Those who will buy from you each time you offer something new. Those who like you. Those who are ready to pay more to deepen their relationship with your brand. But don't stop there. Go further. Study their demographics and their psychographics. Identify what they have in common, these 10%, and find other similar clients and market to them as well, following the same approach. And then expand this method to your marketing channel as well. Profitable products, clients, your marketing channel, expand it to your conversion tool, expand it to your offers. Analyze all your data. Always take into account all associated costs to serve your customers and identify the most profitable items and double down on it. I have analyzed more than 800 businesses during my career in mergers and acquisitions. And I can tell you one thing, your competitors don't do this because it takes some time and because it requires to think. But the payoff is incredible. Business owners who understand this make a real difference in the market and in their own lives. That's the rule of profit. Okay, now the larger the business, the more profitable your work is, obviously, and the more impact this strategy has. I want you to understand that this 80-20 phenomenon has nothing to do with being average. Don't think average, think leverage. Think in terms of leverage, multiples, and compounding. Business growth is never straight. Each level brings with it greater multiples of 10, in a way similar to the Richter scale. When we measure earthquakes on this scale, a 7 is 10 times more brutal than a 6. Okay, same thing in business. Your top client is not twice as profitable as your average one, but 10 times or 100 times more profitable. Your top product or service is 10 times more profitable than your average one, or maybe 50 times. Your top performers in your company, same thing. They are more like 10 times or 100 times better than your average ones. When you take into account all your associated costs and you consider your best customer, your best product, your best employee, and your best marketing strategy, you combine them all, they can bring you 10 times or 100 times more profit. That's a marketing and sales strategy that I used myself when I bought businesses, alongside some other low-cost measures. But that's something you can implement immediately. Okay? Anybody can do it. Maybe you are sitting on a golden business and you don't know it. Just by identifying and working with the 10 to 20% most profitable clients and products, you can easily double the value of any company in a few months. To summarize, there are clients you might sell more to but make less money with because they have a high cost to serve. Same thing for your products or services, same thing for your marketing channel, and so on. Identify the most profitable things in your business, find more of them, work less, and double your bottom line in a matter of weeks.